Bad weather hampers the cleanup and salvage efforts on the South African beach. This is from the Maritime Exclusive and it was published on the 6th of August 2024. Officials provided an update on the cleanup and salvage efforts for the cargo ship Ultra Galaxy 13,800 DWT that grounded and later broke apart on a remote part of South African coast north of Cape Town. Teams are continuing to struggle with the difficult weather conditions which broke the vessel apart and are hampering efforts to retrieve the oil that remains on board. It's not called the Cape of Storms for no reason, the general manager of Smith Salvage told reporters at a briefing on the coast. He said in 10 days of operation, they have only had one really calm day. After the briefing, the coast was battered yet again by another winter storm, which happened over the weekend. The focus of the operation remains on locating and removing oil that remains on board. The first of a series of winter storms hit the vessel with tremendous force. Its peak waves were 22 feet high and were hitting the vessel every 15 seconds. The Ultra Galaxy, which is 124-meter long cargo vessel built in 2008, broke into two pieces. The deckhouse with the accommodations was entirely ripped from the vessel. Surveys of the hull shows additional stress fractures in several places. The vessel had a total of 500 tons of fuel on board when it grounded, including 320 tons of low sulfur and 120 tons of marine gas oil. Salvage team members are being airlifted into the wreck by helicopter, a challenge on its own as the vessel is laying at 115-degree angle with safety lines strung for the teams. They are drilling into the tanks to locate the oil and determine how much remains on board. Fuel tank 2 they determine as breached, and fuel tank 1 has also leaked a substantial amount. The diesel fuel tank, which had 35 tons, appears so far to be largely intact. Before the storms, helicopters had been able to airlift off the vessel's 8 tons of lubricating oil. Smith also positioned a platform vessel with equipment that will be used to pump the fuel off the vessel. Once the fuel is located, it will take 48 hours of heating before it can be extracted from the tanks. More than 200 residents from the area are working with the team on cleaning the shoreline. Officials reported that more than 200 tons of debris, including oil as well as bags that held the fertilizer cargo, have been collected on the beach. The vessel's hatch covers were also washed ashore during the storms. The focus of the operation remains on removing the oil and other pollutants and cleaning the beaches. Once the vessel has been cleaned and stabilized, a wreck removal contract will be awarded. I didn't expect this to go well, and it hasn't. The bad weather hasn't changed. It's just storm after storm. It's been like this for weeks, and the salvage crews got their work cut out for them, that's for sure. Unfortunately, a lot of oil has already escaped, and that's a big job to clean it up. In an earlier report, it said the winds and the waves are concentrating the debris to a very small area, which is a good thing. It's not going all over the world, but still a lot of work to clean up that much oil, and it probably ain't going to get any better anytime soon, not with the constant storms. These guys really have their work cut out for them, that's for sure.